The scent of jasmine floated gently in the air, mingling with the distant hum of life beyond the garden's painted gates. Inside the lush sanctuary of Majorelle Garden, time seemed to pause. Bougainvillea cascaded from cobalt blue walls like silent fireworks. Fountains whispered their secrets in Moroccan rhythms. It was a place made for dreams, or perhaps the edge of one. Ilyas, the Moroccan, leaned back on the iron bench, fingers stained with graphite and copper dust. Across from him, his Spanish friend Luis brushed his palms together, shaking off the fragments of a long afternoon spent soldering and sketching. They were engineers by trade, dreamers by nature, united by invention, separated by centuries of cultural drift. Together, they had been developing a prototype, an autonomous navigation system inspired by ancient Arab mechanics, a fusion of old-world poetry and modern precision. "Do you think she'll fly someday?" Luis asked, squinting at the late sun trickling between the palm fronds. "Maybe," Ilyas smiled, "but tonight she deserves to sleep, like us." They laughed softly, like boys who had touched fire and lived. As the sky deepened to violet, they left the garden, walking slowly through the warm labyrinth of Marrakesh's Medina. Lanterns flickered to life above them like fallen stars caught in iron cages. The narrow alleys pulsed with scents of cumin, sandalwood, and memories. They walked side by side, shoulders sometimes brushing, as they always had. Ilyas spoke, almost absently. "You have so many Andalusian monuments back home, palaces, gardens, all of it. But still I feel you're more drawn to the remnants here. More joy I can see in your face." Luis paused. A faint smile curved beneath his eyes. "Don't say remnants," he replied. "You're right, but the reason is simpler than you think. In Spain, those walls, those palaces, they're beautiful, yes, but they've lost their voice. The people who built them are gone. What remains are shells, exquisite and hollow." He gestured around them. "But here, in Morocco, the story still walks these streets. The language, the garments, the tea rituals, even the way you open doors. It's not nostalgia here. It's continuity. You've kept the soul. You've kept the breath." Ilyas looked at him for a long moment. The hush of wind whispered through ancient arches. He said nothing. Then they turned a corner and found it. At the far end of an otherwise empty alley stood a strange structure. A smooth white pod, elegant and alien. It glowed faintly under the low lanterns, like a spacecraft sculpted by dreams. It was perfectly round, with no visible wheels or engine, just a seamless surface of glass and light. Luis frowned. That wasn't here before. Ilyas chuckled. "You're sure you didn't leave it parked here?" Their curiosity overtook hesitation. Engineers, after all, are creatures of wonder. The pod's door slid open with a soft sigh, as if it had been waiting for them. Inside, the chamber was silent and gleaming, cool, metallic, intimate. On the main panel, a strange interface glowed with symbols neither of them could fully decode, glyphs that looked half mathematical, half calligraphic. There was a single circular dial in the center. Above it, a glowing inscription. Select temporal vector. Current, undefined. Ilyas blinked. This could be, what, a simulation? Luis's voice lowered, or something far more real. Ilyas laughed nervously. Which way is the past? Luis stared at the glyphs. I don't know. but let's hope this one leads to Al-Andalus. He pressed the dial. The machine trembled, like a heart taking its first breath. Then light swallowed everything. The walls of the pod flickered with visions, minarets rising, books burning, water flowing backwards, lions of marble breathing once more. The alley vanished behind them. They were no longer in Marrakesh. They were no longer in now. They were in motion through time. And thus began the journey, not through space, but through memory itself, to trace the secret heartbeat of a civilization, through the machine that once swallowed history.